visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here to do a reading on the great Alabama Barker. Honestly, speaking of Alabama, I have recently listened to her song Vogue. Okay, it's not like I recently listened to it. It's when it first came out, I enjoyed the song and I liked it or gave it a heart. So that, excuse me. Okay, we're just going to start that one over. Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading on the great Alabama Barker. Actually, speaking of which, let me talk about Alabama for a second, or her music career, or lack thereof. I just recently, well, I guess an understatement, just recently Vogue found its way back to me. Now, when it first came out, I enjoyed it. I gave it a heart. I gave it a like. So that way it's in my playlist. And if I ever just cycling through, I want to listen to it. I mean, I did listen to Vogue like maybe a good 1 or 2 days. So it was kind of short lived. I can listen to the same song on repeat for at least 14 days, 2 days. I mean, 2 weeks. No cap. I literally can listen to the same song, same 2 to 3 songs actually on rotation for 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding. So the fact that Alabama's Vogue only lasted a good 1 or 2 days before I said I've gotten my plays out of it says something. However, it just recently came back up. It play I forget what song I have playing before Vogue, but apparently I did not have my song the song that I was listening to on repeat. So Vogue happened to come on right after, and I listened to it. I was just like, wow, this was actually a pretty decent song. That's all I got. It was a pretty decent song. Lyrics, for it to be her first song, okay, the lyrics are pretty objective. But let's be honest here. She rapping about a lifestyle that she has, or is she rapping about a lifestyle that she's envisioning for herself and is trying to attain? Because we know sometimes these celebrities vicariously live through their music. Their music is a high performance. They could be stunting and performing for you in the cameras, but behind closed doors, they're completely somebody else different. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting with Alabama. I'm like, Alabama, are you truly committed to the life that you're talking about in Vogue, or is this just for a, and also because she really hasn't released anything else since Vogue. I mean, I get it, it takes some time to make music videos, but Bad Baby was like bah, 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 bah. But all that aside, that's pretty much all I got for Vogue. Alabama seems like she's enjoying her best life. Does she have a boyfriend? I don't know. That's questionable because the person I put in her last video that was her boyfriend, apparently, what was it, like a day or two later, she was spotted and seen with another black male. That one just kind of left me puzzled because I'm like, Alabama, even if you're not dating them and you're just using them and you're just like truly like using those, let's just think about it for a second. I'm just like, Alabama, if you're not dating either of these guys and you're using them specifically just to make it look like you're a part of a certain type of subculture, you're a part of the streets, you know, you do street rare, you live, you're down for the streets, you down for the urban life, if that's what it truly is, it's kind of questionable. I'm just like, are you performing to show us that I'm into black men, like, or were you just truly kind of like Bad Baby might have said, hopping around from D to D? So either way, it didn't look good for her on that one. The time span didn't look good. If it was at least a month apart, I could understand, but just a couple of days apart, no, it doesn't look good. However, somebody wanted me to do a reading on Alabama Barker to see if she's competing with Black women, which is quite interesting. Which I could definitely see where you're coming up with that theory. I could definitely see just the fact that she decided to beef with Bad Baby, and Bad Baby. I'm not sure if Bad Baby's trying to compete with Black women, or is she truly just trying to be Black. I don't know what's up with Bad Baby. She's like another Woe Vicky to me. They just been around Black so long that they think they Black, kind of. So that Alabama doesn't give that at all. And also, she's still calling herself Bama. It sounds kind of cute. It doesn't sound baddie. It doesn't sound like the Stallion. It doesn't sound like Swamp Princess. We just got cute Bama. Bama. No. Sorry, Bama. Can we call you Allie? I like Allie. Alabama. Okay. Anyway, no, for real. Like that's how cute it's giving me. We got Baby Bam. Like, I'm sorry, Alabama. I don't know how you can jazz up your name. You can't. I don't think Alabama's just too cute. It's kind of too country too. When I think of Alabama, I think of somebody from. Okay. I just dropped off on that sentence right there before I said something. But yeah, with Alabama Barker, we're just going to see, is she truly competing with Black women? Is she trying to let's just see, is she up against Black women? It's instead of trying to assimilate and be a quote unquote Black woman, is she trying to be better than us? Is she trying to say, I can take your mans and they want me because I'm a snow bunny that can also be Black at the same time? Like, let's be so for real honest here. Like, everybody's questioning Alabama and her true intention and integrity about suddenly showing off all her Black friends, especially now that she is suddenly of age. And this person also wanted to know, is this sort of a rebellion? Because usually that's how it goes, right? Usually the good one, the sweet one you would never expect in the white family suddenly gets herself a Black boyfriend and it just ruins her life. And now she's selling drugs and dealing. Like, you know, the stereotypes that they do. So is this a rebellion in trying to be corrupt? Like, so because of that, we're going to pull some cards on Bama and see. Oh, okay. That card just wanted to come out. So we'll just set it there. Today, I don't want my cards upside down. So with that being said, okay, we'll turn it right back upside down again. So with that, before I could, the cards understand what I'm trying to ask, and it's going to answer for me. And the first card that came out was the Five of Wands. Upside down. Usually the Five of Wands symbolizes scattered energy. Now, with it upside down, I want to know, does that mean that she is actually, she's not all over the place and she actually has honed in the energy? But let's see. The Five of Wands reversed represents litigation, disputes, trickery, and contradiction. Ooh, okay. The two words we're going to walk away with that is contradiction, and trickery. All right, okay, Bammy, let's see what's going on. So the first card that we're going to put is at the bottom. Her foundation is the Four of Pentacles. Having the 4 in the foundation spot is great because 4 does represent foundation. And also to have a Pentacles, let alone the 4 of Pentacles at your foundation, is a great kind of foundation, because Earth is always about foundation and earthly and the ground and soil that you grow and are able to manifest and benefit from. So to have that at your feet, to have that as your foundation, your grounding, it's good. But we do know that the Four of Pentacles also means somebody that is not going to truly just accept. No, I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Four of Cups. The Four of Pentacles actually is somebody who is a bit greedy. Okay. Usually it's the person that's hoarding all to themselves, money on their brain, money on their heart, money on their feet. That's what grounds them, ironically, in the grounding position. So because of that, it could just be the fact that Alabama truly is maybe trying to market and profit and be a culture vulture with the Black community. However, in my last reading, I picked up I picked up the fact that she truly is down for the cause and she's trying to do anything to prove that she is. However, that can also be proven as a double-edged sword, because if you're trying so hard to try to prove something, then it must not be real, because if it was truly authentic, you wouldn't have to prove yourself, because you really wouldn't care, because because you're living in your honest truth. And when you live in your honest truth, you don't care what anybody else says. But if you're not living honestly and you are trying to have a front, then you're going to care about what people say. So you're just going to try to be in the cameras all the time, kind of like seeking validation that I truly am down for this cause and I'm truly for the Black peeps. Black power, Black lives matter. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. I don't want to say a fake ally, but an ally that, well, how can you be an ally if you're going to be using us? But an ally in the sense of she's there for the goods for herself. Yeah. She's an ally for herself. If it's going to make her look good and if it's going to get her clout, because she doesn't need the clout because she comes from the Barkers. Her dad is Travis Barker. He is the drummer of Blink 182. I mean, honestly, who listens to Blink? I mean, a lot of people listen to Blink 182, but really, who is listening to bands these days? Bands are pretty rare. I'm pretty sure after One Direction, and One Direction wasn't even truly a band where they had drummers and guitars. They were just a band of singers. So because of that, where has the bands gone? For real, the battle of the bands. Where are the bands? So because of that, her father is in this limbo, weird space of having fans, but also in a niche at the same time. But Blink 182 has truly made their rounds, and they have made a mark on the culture. So because of that, I'm not going to take anything away from what Blink 182 has done for the people. And because of that, that is the legacy that Travis Barker is attached to. So because of that, that legacy is long when it comes to money, especially now that it has Kardashian money. Kardashian money meets Blink 182 money. What does Alabama truly have to crave and want? Attention. But attention for who and attention from what? Does she want attention from her parents? It looks like they love her, but what we see on the camera isn't always true. Does she want attention because she's truly not happy with herself? Is it the sense of, because she's still young, so is she in this weird place where she wishes that she could be Black, because maybe she just sees that they have better benefits than what she has, and she was just like, man, if I was Black or had all these Black connections, I could go places rather than taking them places. You know how it is. I'm not going to lead you guys the way, but you're going to lead me the way. So it's that kind of sense of entitlement of trying to get out of a community what she can get out of, while also still appearing as somebody who cares for them. But all that to be said, let's see what's in her past. Okay, we have the Father of Wands, and the Father of Wands symbolizes the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is a very fiery, passionate person. So this could be her father, or this could be herself. So let's just pull out some cards to figure out some more above her head. Is the Hangman. I like that in the head position, because the Hangman symbolizes her. I promise I did not peek at any of the cards that are about to come out. The Hangman in the mind position, or the head position, or the thoughts position is a great place, because usually that means taking a mental sabbatical, taking a break mentally. And that could be why this Five of Wands is upside down. Funny funny that none of the rest of the cards came upside down. So because of the fact that the Five of Cups, Five of Wands, at least at this very moment, is the only card that is upside down, that does symbolize, metaphorically, the Hangman is also upside down, but in the tarot, he's right side up to our opinion, not from our perspective, not his perspective. To him, to the Hangman, we're the ones that are all upside down, acting a little kooky and goofy. But we see here is that maybe she could feel like, ooh, okay, we're gonna have to pull one more card because maybe this last card is going to make it make sense. Of course, the 5, another 5. Wow. Okay. Of course, another 5 is upside down. Wow. Okay. First off, let's talk about how the number 5 symbolizes friction, and the fact that she has 2 5s and both are upside down. And I'm going to take it as the point in astrology as upside down is going to represent a retrograde, which is when something appears as if it's moving backwards. So therefore, even though it's truly not, nothing truly ever moves backwards, at least in this identity and reality that we live in. That kind of breaks the double standard if you ask me, but whatever. But to have 2 5s in reverse or in retrograde means that there's something that is not being truly clearly seen at this point. And maybe that's why the Hangman is up at the top, because right now maybe she's not thinking straight. Maybe she could be acting a little bit impulsive, like I said, with the King of Wands. This could be her father or it could be her, but in the sense of being too passionate, being too dominant, trying to creatively get her energy everywhere, which is honestly what this 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands usually symbolizes. Having scattered energy, doing this, doing that, like doing like ADHD on steroids. And I know ADHD is already hyperactive. Just imagine being hyperactive while still being on steroids. So because of that, it's like over, like it's beyond. Obsessive isn't even the word at that point. So because of that, to have that in reverse, the cards said that it represents being shady, trickery, and it represents it says trickery is the only one that's coming to my mind at this moment. I forget what the other one was, but the fact that it represents trickery, the best way to put a trickster is somebody who's not truly honest and upfront with you, because they have hidden motives and hidden intentions that they don't want to expose because it's going to get in the way of what they're trying to achieve. So it's better to kind of manipulate you and make you see a certain way and a certain perspective, so that way I can get to the people, places, and things that I want to be, which is where this Father or the King of Wands could symbolize, is the fact that she's using her energy, using her money, probably you could say be using daddy's money and using daddy's fame and notoriety and who she knows in the industry to get her places. And because of that, that could be putting her in a position where she probably does feel all high and mighty and like she is on top of the world, and that she is that B. So because of that, that's how Bama feeling. B for Bama. She is feeling herself. What is her zodiac sign? Is she a Capricorn? Let's see. Alabama Barker zodiac. Yes, she is a Capricorn. So while she may not be in her element fire-wise, at her foundation though, she has her element. But also, even though that may be good in her future, she also has another pentacle, but this pentacle is upside down. So Lady Crones told me the best way to do this reading is that if I see negative cards, then that means yes, she is using Black people, trying to compete with Black women. And if I see positive cards, no, she truly does have a love, tenderness, and authenticity about her. But the card literally came out saying to not really trust Alabama and what she's doing at this moment. And I even said it. I'm like, I'm really going to have to look at it and question the fact that she was with 2 Black guys back to back within the same week. That just doesn't look good. You claim one's your boyfriend and then like a few days later you're with another guy. How's your boyfriend really going to feel about that, unless he was some play toy, some plaything for you? With that being said, I could honestly how you could accidentally slip into Lavon's DMs and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know your baby daddy really meant something to you like that, bat baby. So I could kind of see that nonchalantness. She is the charmer because snakes usually represents charming. And this is a cobra. This cobra has venom. Don't play. It's like that charmer. That's what cobras are, the snake charmers, aren't they? With their where their like neck or like head is elongated so that way you can see them a bit more. And even the way that it's designed, it kind of almost looks like an eye to capture your attention, because the human body does one thing great, and that is to recognize a face, even if it's like an eye, a shape of an eye, a shape of a mouth, a shape of a head, have an outline of a head. We're just like, yep, that looks like a human. So to have a cobra in her past, let alone have it be the king of wands, which usually has a salamander, a fire animal. I mean, snakes are too, but this snake represents transformation. I don't want to say dominant because it's a king. She's owning her own energy and her own creative drive, and she's not going to allow anybody, bad baby or anyone, influence her into what to do with her career and her life. She's just like, hey, I'm finally of age. Let me do what I want to do. This is what I do. She's finally 19. So she's just trying to live her best life and find herself. And like they say, the teens and the 20s, mostly the 20s, is the time where you're going to make a whole lot of mistakes. So because of that, just make all your mistakes in your 20s and you're good for the rest of your life, honestly. If only life could be that perfect, right? But no, for real, just try to just do everything. So that way, because once you get into your 30s, that energy kind of starts settling in. And then once you're in your 40s, you kind of start getting complacent with that energy. And then by the time you're in your 50s and above, you've just accepted life at this point. Maybe some 50s. Depends on how your 50s go when you have your midlife crisis. That determines if you're going to be truly content with your life and where it is, or if you're going to truly for real have that midlife crisis and do something completely out of sorts because you finally realize that your life is your own. Now, why am I saying all of this about Alabama Barker? Because it seems like when it comes to Black women, if she's competing against Black women, I am seeing negative cards, mainly the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Fives, period, represent friction, imbalance, tension. So to have 2 of them and 2 of them in retrograde, so both 5s are truly not happy or even trying to work it out. So, and the 5 of Pentacles here, usually that symbolizes somebody that is out and lost and trying to look for hope. And to have that in reverse, that almost seems like hope and grace isn't coming no matter how much you look and no matter how much you try. But the best advice I could give to Alabama Barker is that if you're truly looking for some clarity, some self-sufficientness, some identity and legacy that you're going to leave behind, because this is a flower wilting, and roses have thorns, but roses are also very beautiful at the same time. So the best way I could say about Alabama is to not allow her light, her beauty to be overpowered and overshadowed by the life that she's trying to live. Because she outside of who she is now, she truly was a lovable, adorable girl. She was just pretty much like any other rich white girl, honestly, just out there living her best Disney life. I've said it before and I'll say it again. She honestly gives Disney. If she was an actor, I wouldn't be surprised to see her on Disney. She truly she gives me Disney vibes, at least in her old times. And like I say every time when I talk about Disney stars, you know how they get once they get a certain of age, they start trying to break out from that image, really go through a rebellious phase, be like, Mom, it's not a phase. I really am emo. Okay, sweetie. If that's what you need to do to feel yourself and figure yourself out, go ahead and be emo, or go ahead and love on the Black culture, use the Black culture to find yourself and just find yourself. I don't know why you're over here competing with the Black women, period, but hey, to each their own. We get a little bit lost in life, and that's okay, as long as you can get yourself back on track. So with that being said, let's pull a outcome card for Alabama Barker to pull out on the energy of, is she competing with Black women? Is she really trying to be a culture vulture? Is she just using Black people for a come up, for some clout, for some attention? All right, one more shuffle. Okay. So the two cards that came out was the bedroom and hot. Now the bedroom, I'm going to read some of the meanings off for you. It represents intimacy, privacy, conversation, identity, and secrets, and quiet. Like I said, the hangman is kind of a reserved energy. So mentally, she is trying to quiet the thoughts, calm the thoughts, gain control over the thoughts. What are those thoughts? Are those thoughts of how people see her, or is it the thoughts of her guilty conscience inside telling her, hey, what are you doing? Are you truly, where's your attention and where is your heart in all of this? Are you just surrounding yourself with Black because you're trying to get rid of that goody two shoes, so you're gonna mess around with Black men and get yourself tainted and scarred? Like, I don't know what she's trying to achieve here, and that's what she's going to really have to reflect on in the bedroom. Literally and metaphorically, maybe it really could just truly be that like they say, once you go Black, you never go back. Maybe she really is finding some big D energy and she is loving it. But whatever it is, she needs to maybe not get lost in the sauce. Literally and metaphorically. What did Gabby say? That baby gravy? Yes. Put that baby gravy in me. Like, is that how she's feeling? Like, I truly don't know with Alabama. However, speaking of hot and intimacy and sexualness, right? We have hot. So I'm not sure if that means hot like in heat, like sexually attractive to these men, and that's why she's finding herself. And maybe that's why she's trying to compete, because she's just like, I'm a pretty young thing. I got money. I can look good. I could get my body dead if I want to and still take y'all's mans. Like, I'm not sure if that's what she's trying to do, trying to like flex her white pretty privilege. Like, I don't know, but hot here represents high temperature, energy, desire, motivation. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, friction. That's not what I liked. I mean, friction goes along with the 2 5s that I was talking about. But like I was talking, this friction, hot, can symbolize change. And honestly, I like that, because we have the King of Wands here, and that's the only hot card here. But that's in the past. So maybe it's time to change for something, or she needs to get back in that fire energy. Yeah, because right now she's even the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands is not. The 5 of Wands is really weirdly giving deceptive, like the 7 of Swords. But instead of it being a mental stealing and a mental abuse and using and taking advantage of, it's more of like a energy vampire. Ooh, yes. The 5 of Pentacles, no, the 5 of Wands in reverse is kind of giving vampire energy, because it's friction, it's negative, it's a lot of work to deal with. And for it to be the Wands, which all represents energy, spirit, and the drive, motivation, and passion to do things, sounds like an incentive and motivation, if you ask me. Now, whether she's motivated by her down there regions because she is truly attracted to the meat, or is it just the fact that she is trying to build a rap career? And in order to be a rapper, you got to be down for the culture. You have to be urban. And so because of that, she's going to have to break the mold I don't want to say break the mold or break the stereotype, but she's going to have to break out of the image that has been attached to her and come out as somebody else different on top. Kind of, she's indirectly like pulling a JoJo Siwa. You know how like JoJo, she was just like this, she was like the dance moms, the innocent, and then like once she finally got out of the dance moms and she finally came out with her own music, she debuted a whole new side of herself, one that we would have never even known, never would have expected. But yet JoJo Siwa was literally on Nickelodeon doing children's stuff. So she was the brand. JoJo Siwa walked around with tutus and her hair in pigtails. She literally was the child's girl. So because of that, that's why I put the two and two together, because Alabama had this baby girl image. Like I said, Bama is cute. I want to call her Allie or Bammy or Bam Bam. Like you can't hot girl summer Alabama. No. I mean, unless you want to get into, that kind of industry, hint, hint, wink, wink, where your nickname Alabama suddenly carries a whole different kind of tone and indication, if you know what I mean. Sex work. Like, come on. When you think about it, Alabama seems like a great worker's name. So because of that, no. See, I just trashed up Alabama. That's no. See, this is the struggle I'm having with Alabama Barker, and this is the struggle that she is fighting for her, weirdly enough, for her independence. I need a card. Instead of an oracle card, let's get the Kipper / Letterman, because this is truly what's going to tell us what's going on down beneath the surface. Ooh, sorry. I want to know. I truly want to know about Alabama and the Black career. The Black career. Oh, wow. Was that like a Freudian slip? What the hell? For real. What even is the Black career? So I just want to know, is Alabama truly a culture vulture? Is she? Okay, card. Okay. Okay, so cards that I have here, I'm just going to shuffle those up one more time. I did not see that card. I'm not sure if I flashed it to you guys, but with Alabama Barker, I just truly want to know, get down to the bottom answer. Is she trying to use the Black culture for a come up? Is she trying a rebellious? That's the word. That's also what the person wanted to know, and I completely understand now why you're asking that question. Because after pulling all these cards, now I truly want to know, is this a rebellion? Is she trying to do this to, like I said, to get used, abused, torn, scattered, not scattered, spotted, like be her father's worst nightmare? Like, you know. So shuffle. Okay. Jesus, she doesn't want to answer this question. Okay, well, okay. That card came out by itself. So in the midst of me trying to fight the cards, the card that came out was the key card. I'm processing for a second, because I'm trying to figure out, is this truly what I think it's saying? Because the key card unlocks secrets. The key, and you see the cage here, the key unlocks the cage. And what's inside the cage? It's a rose. It's something beautiful. It's something delicate. However, let's look past that. I mean, yes, we could honestly look at that and say that on the surface, Alabama's trying to have this tough girl persona, when inside she's truly just a softie at heart. Or we could look at it as the sense of, is she trying to be rebellious at this moment? We could honestly say yes. She's trying to unlock the cage. She's trying to break out the stereotypes and out of the labels that have been given to her. And then we can also look at it at the fact that the key unlocks secrets. And if I'm trying to figure out, is she using Black women, Black men, Black culture as a sense of a rebellion for whatever reason, and the key comes up, ka-ching, ka-ching, sounds like we hit jackpot, right? We got the key to the door. We got the answer, literally. So because of that, that's what I am getting. It is a rebellion. I wouldn't have expected that from my reading last time that I did on her. So please do check out that reading if you want to. I was completely for Alabama supporting supporting the Black culture and truly trying to be down for the culture. But it seems like I was deceived by, like I said at the very beginning, I was deceived by the greats, Alabama Barker. She deceived me. She played me right before my eyes. I bought the cap, and it seems like it is all cap, or it's all cage. Yep. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Do not give any hate to Alabama Barker. Everything I do say is allegedly. Please enjoy the reading. Please enjoy this reading. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Leave your comments down below. The person that asked for this reading and anybody else, how do you feel about Alabama Barker? Do you feel like she is trying to have a come up? Do you think that she is genuine? How are you guys feeling? And did this reading confirm, or did it make you change your mind like it made me change my mind? With that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers, that was a really good reading. Thank you, sunflowers. About while I was shuffling, the cards had dawned on me looking at the animals. Speaking of Alabama being a bit, two-faced, you wouldn't expect it. I could see the snake. Snakes are charmers. Like I said earlier, I tapped on it, but I didn't talk about it. Snakes represents charmers. Somebody that uses their charisma, their power, and their aura to get what they want. Literally and metaphorically, Alabama could be a snake, slithing her way in to get what she wants. Kind of like a scorpion, where the scorpion said to the water animal, if you could get me across the water, I will not sting you. Please and thank you. I just need a vehicle. That is all. Let's work each other out. You helped me, and I'll help you by not stinging you. However, then once you finally get to the other side, the scorpion was like, I'm still a scorpion. What did you expect? Thank you, though. Really, thank you. Thank you. You made it way too easy to backstab you. So thank you. That's what I'm getting. And snakes are reptiles, just like serpents. So they're all in that energy of deceptiveness, two-facedness, somebody who uses their energy, power, and aura because they know that they have a certain type of willpower within themselves that just allows people to give them what they want. Is that entitlement? Probably. But also, the card that popped up too was a bat, a creature of the night. So therefore, we have two cards, two animals that are quite deceptive. A bat who doesn't really see well but hears well. And speaking of being an energy vampire, hello, bats are like literally vampires. So it was all written in the cards, and I'm just picking up on it now as I was shuffling and getting ready, that the two animals literally describe the energy that we're getting from Alabama Barker. Snake energy, and somebody who moves in the dark, somebody you don't see coming, like a snake. You don't see a snake coming because the snake will be like, and you're just like, is this a statue? Or is this snake real? And then just when you let your guard down, because the snake will know when the guard is finally down. It will sense it in your energy field. That's when it goes and grabs and attacks. Just when your guard has been let down. And that's exactly how I see Alabama Barker. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading and this little 2-bit that I had to add. All right, thank you, please again, and I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.